In the distant future, Earth had just begun to make contact with alien species, but there was one encounter that stood out above the rest. It all began on a warm summer evening when Jason, a brilliant but curious mechanic from a small town, found himself staring up at a massive ship that had landed in his backyard. It was like nothing he had ever seen. Glowing metal, smooth curves, and intricate designs that seemed almost alive. Jason had been working on his car when the ship descended, but now his heart was racing. The door of the ship opened and out stepped an alien, towering over him at 7 feet tall. Its skin shimmered in various colors like liquid silver, and its eyes were large and dark, filled with curiosity and intelligence. "Hello, Earthling," the alien said, its voice soft but clear. "I am Zyra, and I come in peace. My ship requires modifications, and I believe you are the one who can help me." Jason blinked in disbelief. Was this a joke, a prank? But Zyrex's serious tone told him otherwise. "You want me to modify your ship?" Jason asked, trying to sound calm. "Yes," Zyrex replied. "I have traveled across galaxies, but my ship has suffered damage during my journey. I have been told that humans are quite skilled with machines. I will allow you to modify it, and in return, I will take you on a ride beyond your wildest dreams." Jason could hardly believe what he was hearing. A ride through the stars? It was the opportunity of a lifetime. After a moment of hesitation, he agreed, eager to see what such a ship looked like up close. The alien led him inside, and Jason's eyes widened in awe as he stepped into the vast interior of the ship. The inside was even more amazing than he had imagined. The walls were covered in strange patterns that seemed to shift with his every movement. There were no traditional buttons or levers. Instead, the ship's systems seemed to respond to the touch of the air. It was a living, breathing entity, and Jason could feel its energy surrounding him. Zyrex explained the problem with the ship. It had sustained damage from a cosmic storm and needed new energy conduits to run smoothly. The ship also required a new set of navigation controls to make travel across the universe more efficient. Jason's eyes sparkled as he analyzed the ship's systems. The technology was unlike anything he had ever worked with, but it was clear that he could help. "Let's get started," Jason said, his voice filled with excitement. He began working on the ship's systems, his mind racing as he understood the alien technology. He wasn't sure how, but he instinctively knew how to fix it. It felt as if the ship itself was communicating with him, guiding him every step of the way. Hours passed, and Jason continued to make modifications. The ship seemed to respond positively, its lights flickering brighter with each adjustment. Zyrex observed quietly, impressed by Jason's skill. Jason worked with a sense of urgency, but also a deep sense of wonder. This wasn't just any machine. This was a ship that could travel across galaxies, a ship that could take him places he had only dreamed of. Finally, after a full day of work, Jason finished the repairs. He stepped back, admiring his handiwork. The ship was now running at full capacity, and the navigation controls were more precise than ever before. He had done it. He had fixed an alien ship. Zyrex's voice broke the silence. "You have done well, Earthling. Now it is time for your reward." Jason grinned. "I can't wait." Zyrex led him to the cockpit, where the alien activated the ship's engines. Jason could feel the vibrations of the ship, the power coursing through its systems. Without a word, Zyrex engaged the engines, and they shot off into space. The sensation was like nothing Jason had ever experienced. The ship accelerated at an unbelievable speed, leaving Earth far behind. Stars blurred into streaks of light as they entered hyperspace. Jason's stomach did a flip as the ship twisted and turned in ways that defied physics. The experience was both thrilling and terrifying, and Jason couldn't help but laugh out loud in exhilaration. "This is incredible," he shouted, his voice full of joy. Zyrex smiled. "This is only the beginning, Earthling." The ship weaved through asteroid fields, dodging space debris with incredible precision. They passed by distant planets, some with rings of ice, others with swirling clouds of gas. Jason marveled at the beauty of the cosmos, his mind racing with the possibilities. How many worlds were out there? How many civilizations? He could hardly believe that he, a simple mechanic from Earth, was now experiencing it firsthand. As the journey continued, Zyrex took them to a region of space filled with nebulae, vast clouds of gas and dust that glowed with vibrant colors. Jason could see stars being born in the distance, their light casting an ethereal glow over the nebulae. It was like nothing he had ever seen, and he realized just how small and insignificant Earth really was in the grand scheme of the universe. They traveled to distant moons, floating above alien oceans, and even passed through the heart of a black hole. The gravitational pull was intense, but the ship's advanced technology shielded them from the worst of it. It was a ride that defied all logic, and Jason felt like he was in the middle of a dream. After what seemed like both an eternity and an instant, Zyrex finally brought the ship back to Earth. The landscape of the planet looked small and peaceful from their vantage point in space. Jason felt a sense of awe as he gazed at his home from such a distance. "Thank you, Zyrex," Jason said, still in awe of what he had just experienced. "You have earned it," Zyrex replied. "Your skills have proven valuable. I will never forget this journey." With that, Zyrex opened the hatch and Jason stepped out of the ship, his mind racing with the memories of his incredible adventure. As the alien ship lifted off and disappeared into the stars, Jason stood there, staring up at the sky. He had been given a ride of a lifetime, and he knew that nothing would ever be the same again. The universe was vast, full of mysteries waiting to be explored, and Jason had just scratched the surface. From that day forward, Jason knew that his life would never be ordinary again. He had touched the stars, and the stars had touched him.